So last class we talked about the mean and the median, and we looked at the relationship between the two in a given data set. So in this activity, we are going to look at the range and the interquartile range. So the range, as we know, is the variability or the spread of the data, and we find that by subtracting the minimum value from the maximum value. So we've got our formula max minus min. The interquartile range, or IQR, this is going to represent the middle 50% of our data, and we can find that from subtracting the first quartile from the third quartile. So rather than looking at the ends of our data, we're actually looking a little bit further in, a quarter of the way from the lowest value and a quarter of the way from the highest value, and looking at that range. So that's where our interquartile range comes from. The median, Q1 for first quartile, and Q3, our third quartile, that's dividing our data into quarters. So how the median split it up right in the middle. Q1 is essentially the median of the lower half of the data, and Q3 is the median of the upper half of the data. So what we're going to do, our first example, it says find the range and IQR of the data set about travel time to work in minutes. So first, let's go ahead and find the range. If you look, all of our data is already in numerical order. So to find our range, we're going to take our largest number, 60, and we're going to subtract from that our smallest number, which is 5, and that gives us a total range of 55. Now to figure out our IQR, we're going to have to do some determining of our median and our first and third quartiles. So if I look at the data, I want to split it up and find the median. So if I look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 data points. So if I split that in half, here's the 2, 7 on each side. My median is going to be between 20 and 20. We don't even need to do any calculations here. Our median is equal to 20. Now you don't need the median directly to find the IQR, but you do need to find the median so that you can find the quartiles. So now that I've split the data in half, I'm going to take the lower half and I'm going to find the center of that data. So now there's there's 7 data points. So I'm going to find the middle number. In this case, that's 10. So that is my first quartile, Q1. Now, if there were an even number in the lower half, just like what we did with the median, you would divide the two middle numbers, add them and divide them by 2. So we're going to do the same thing on the upper half. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's my third quartile, Q3. So now that I know what those two quartiles are, I can just list them. Q1 was 10, Q3 was 30. And so now our IQR is just going to be 30 minus 10. And that's going to give me an IQR of 20. And now the number of data in each quarter. So if you look, so 10 was right in the middle. I have 3 data points before it. I've got 3 data points after it. And then if I look at the upper half, I've got 3 before, between my median and my Q3, and I've got 3 after it. So I've divided it up evenly into groups of 3.